Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a new video. So I'm adding more Titanium Works hardware to my engine bay and actually another part of the car as well. I actually got a little bit of ahead of myself and I installed one of the pieces because I was so excited. You might be able to see it in this clip right now. This is right there. So you guys may have seen a previous video. I got some really nice Titanium Works hardware for the engine bay, little pieces here and there all over. And I was so happy with their stuff that I kind of wanted to add more, just because there's so many bolts around the car and, or at least in the engine bay. And there's a couple other pieces that I really wanted to add some nice titanium hardware to. So the owner of Titanium Works actually reached out to me and was like, I really appreciated the video and everything. Are you interested in any other parts for the car? And I was like, of course I am. I was actually looking to add more after doing what I got from you already. So we worked something out and I was able to pick up quite a few other hardware pieces as well as some other really cool bits. So, I mean, first of all, the turnaround time was absolutely ridiculous. I was talking to him on the weekend about doing something more, what I would like to do, what are the parts, and he had everything made and sent out and to me in 2 days. So it's pretty insane. The turnaround time is absolutely incredible. The customer service was probably one of the better ones I've ever dealt with. Just a really cool company that I'm really excited to work with. And their stuff is just ridiculous. If you're somebody like me that really pays attention to all the little details and all those craftsmanship and the work, I mean, if you look close in the bolts, look at the, the etch work on there and everything. It says Titanium Works. It's super nice. What I'm about to show you in a little bit of what I got on this round is even better. You can actually see it right there, but I'll show you a close up in a second. Stuff is absolutely beautiful. Here's the little AC caps that I did. So I got everything in burnt. You can get them in different finishes. They're all to actual real titanium. So, it's quality metal. It's not some, cheapo stainless steel that they just burn and color. It's true titanium, which is, kind of the reasons why I went with them, because I really wanted actually true titanium hardware. So you have a few different color options. You can get it in raw, you can get it burnt, you can get them in different burnt colors. It's pretty insane, the different options. And to be completely honest, when he was asking me what I wanted and what style, it was like overwhelming. And he was able to talk me through it. And we were able to get a really nice finish. So for me personally, I'm a really big fan of the burnt look. And I just think it looks really nice with the lapis blue and kind of what I got going on in the engine bay. Plus it looks amazing on carbon fiber. So let's go over what I got just quickly. It's kind of hard to see because everything is wrapped up. As you can see, I already took one of these out. So I got new radiator caps, one for the actual radiator, one from the overflow tank, which I actually have one on right here so you guys can see. Absolutely freaking insane. So this is the etch work that I got on there. You can get whatever you want, but I wanted the STI just for a clean OEM look. And then they added the little warning signs, which says, do not open when hot, high pressure and all that, which is, looks ridiculously OEM, super clean. The coloring on this thing is incredible. I mean, what you're seeing on video is what it looks like in person. I mean, it's literally every color of titanium that everybody loves. Now, these just pop over your existing OEM caps. So it's super simple. You can actually see there's one set screw there and one on the other side. So you just plop it on, position it right, and screw it in. So super simple. But this looks absolutely incredible. I mean, I know it's just a cap. I know it doesn't do anything performance oriented. But honestly, this is the kind of stuff that really I get excited for, just because it's just so nice. I definitely suggest checking them out. They got a ton of stuff, which I'll show you in a second. So a couple other things, not just for the engine bay, but absolutely beautiful. If we go over here, this is the one I've been running, which is the Chasing J's. Really nice, but obviously, I mean, take a look at the difference. Holy freaking crap. So much nicer. The coloring is beautiful. The only thing with titanium, you just got to be careful. You don't want to touch it with your hands just because of the oil. If you ever get any smudges on it or anything, it's very easy to clean, but it's, you know, best to use gloves or something. Enough chatting. I know I talked a lot, but I'm really excited about this stuff. It's really, really nice. So let's get to installing the new hardware. All right, so we got the coolant overflow tank cap installed. Super simple, as you saw. You literally just place it over the stock cap, and then you just use a little set screws. But absolutely beautiful. Adds a really nice pop of color to the engine bay. It looks really, really cool on the white right here. It pops even more, which is really, really nice. I really like that. So now we got a couple bags of bolts that I want to install. I got to figure out which one is which, but I'm pretty sure I know. These four right here are actually for the strut tower for my coilovers. If you notice, the ones I got in my last batch, they have a really wide flange on the bottom, and they don't fit in the Perrin strut bar brace. So I needed ones with a smaller flange. So as you can see, these have a smaller flange, so those are going to fit. Granted, you're not even going to be able to see them in the brace, but it's one of those things that I've, you know, it was bothering me and I wanted to get something to match. So I picked up 4 of those to complete the strut bar hardware set. These larger bolts are for the bypass valve as well as the top mount intercooler as well. So we're gonna pop those in next, I think, because I'm really excited to see these. Nuts in. A little bit difficult just to get them in there, but eventually they just sat and went nice. You can't even see that one back there, but they're in. Knowing it's there makes me happy. So I'm going to move to the other side, knock those out, and then we'll get to installing all the other parts. Just a quick comparison to what is on the car to what I'm putting on the car. I mean, come on. This is all rusted and ugly and old and yuck. And then you got this beautiful, beautiful titanium hardware. So we got the strut nuts, strut hardware, whatever you want to call it, installed. I did it on this side. Can't really see it, but they're in there. Can't even see that one. I actually put these little rubber caps on top. It came with the coilovers when I got them, you know, as protection when you purchase them. But I just like to keep them on there just to keep the threads nice for whatever reason. The threads stay nice and clean, so nice little tidbit that I always keep on the threads just in case. I'm gonna head over to the power steering reservoir and get these 2 bolts replaced, and then we can move on to the other little pop clips. All right, so we got those replaced. Super nice. This reservoir is super ugly, but hey, it looks a little bit better with the Titanium Works bolts there, so at least improving it a little bit. Before I call this night quits, I wanted to throw on the titanium sills, just because it's super, super simple. It comes with some double-sided 3M tape on the back. All you're going to do is remove these. I was debating whether to put it on top or remove it, but I think I'm going to remove it so it's nice and recessed. And the only bad part about it is once you take this off, you can't reuse it because you're going to have to bend it basically. There we go. Sick little sill. Fits really, really nice. Literally fits like OEM. The gapping is perfect around the entire little sill here. So let's go pop it back on and see how it looks. Cool, it's a nice little touch, nothing too crazy. Like I said, you're only able to see this when the door's open. So, you know, I'm the only one that's gonna probably notice it and see it. But it's a cool little touch to kind of tie in the engine bay with all the titanium hardware. So yeah, I really like it. I thought the rears actually came with one as well, but I was mistaken. They actually don't have them. So I guess I don't need to get the rears, because if you did, you would have to cut out basically, you know, a little cutout for it. So I guess I'm not too concerned about getting the rears. So this is pretty cool. I'm happy with that. I like that a lot. The only thing left to do is these 4 bolts right here, which are the ones that I'm putting on the fender shrouds over here. So I need to get the rib nuts for the shrouds on the side, the fender shrouds, whatever you want to call it. And we'll be done. I actually have a couple extra nuts that I couldn't use for the strut. But I actually found one that I was able to use right there. So finding uses around the car for, you know, those extra bolts that I didn't have, you know, that I wasn't able to use. But yeah, it's coming out really nicely. Love how this is turning out. So again, I'm going to pick this video back up tomorrow. I just wanted to update you guys on the Sills because I wanted to get those on. I really wanted to see what they looked like, and I love them. So again, I'm going to pick back up with the video tomorrow once I get some rim nuts, or if I can hopefully find them. And then we'll finish this up. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in a little bit. So it is the next day. I went on a little bit of an adventure to actually pick up the well nuts that I actually needed for the fender carbon shrouds over there. I went to a few different places to find the right hardware to get it to work correctly. You know, a lot of people end up using these things called well nuts. This is what a well nut looks like. It's just a little rubber kind of washer, little insert with a brass threaded insert. So, you know, what you can do is you pop it in the hole, you screw the screw in, and what this rubber actually does is it expands this way, and then it gets tight in the hole. So, you know, you're able to hold whatever you need to hold in. But I could not find the right size. These are actually too big for the hole there. What I started thinking while I was at the hardware store was, you know, the cars use a lot of these things called speed clips. And what a speed clip is basically a little piece of metal that's shaped like a U and has a little hole in it with 2 little metal tabs on the other side. Basically what you do is you slip it on over the hole that you need to use, and then you can use, you know, whatever type of screw to go into, and it grabs on. So I was like, oh, let me just get some speed clips. So these are the ones I ended up getting. As you can see, they're it's kind of hard to see in the package. But they're a little U-shaped. This is the size that you need if you are interested. That's a number 10, a type U. And it comes in a little 2-pack, so 2 per side. I ended up doing this side, as you guys can see. It worked perfectly. As you can see, the ones that I'm using on the shrouds are these ones, which is a little bit different than the ones I'm using on the car here. Let me go ahead and get this shroud off, and I'll show you just where you need to put the speed clips, and then we'll be done with this little mod. All right, so we got the shroud off, which is over here. And now you can see the 2 little holes that we're going to be using. So it's this one. And then on the side right here on the fender bolt, there's a little tab right here. So all we're going to do is just slip the little speed clips over like that, and they line up perfectly. And then we can put the shroud back on. So that's what it looks like. Super ugly underneath. So it's really, really nice to have those carbon shrouds. All right, so here we go. Here's the little speed clip. As you can see, it's a very, very little tiny U. And all we're gonna do is slip it over that tab. So you don't wanna loosen it too much because you want it to hold on really, really tight. So you wanna so as you can see, there's one side that's flat. On the other side, there's kind of 2 little metal tabs. I don't know if you can see that far away. You want to put the metal tabs facing the, you know, inside the fender. So all we're going to do is just slip it on. And there we go. So we got it positioned right over the hole. So basically the screw is going to go through the shroud right into that hole and grab a nice tight hold onto that so it doesn't go anywhere. So now we're going to do the same thing on this side. All right, there we go. We are set. They are on. I actually got to push this one in a little bit more, but we are ready to go. So let's get the carbon shroud and throw it back on and put the new hardware on. All right, guys, so that concludes the little Titanium Works upgrade to the engine bay. Everything came out super, super beautiful. The only issue with this is it's addicting. So after, obviously you do all this, you start seeing every single little bolt, every screw, every nut, and you want to change it completely. So I don't think I'm gonna go that far into it, but I'm definitely planning on picking up a few other bolts. I want to get these two right here. There's a couple sensor screws right here I wanted to get. Let's see, these over here. Oh, and I really, two things I really want is the Cobb little Allen screws here and the parent strut bar Allen screws. I think that would be awesome with the little titanium screws in there. Yeah, and there's a few things here and there that I would like to change as well. But for the most part, that is majority of it that I really wanted to get done. Everything is absolutely beautiful. I mean, these radiator caps, I can't even tell you, like, they look good on camera and they honestly look that good in person. They're absolutely beautiful. It's not gimmicky or anything like that. It really is that color, which is absolutely beautiful. I love these things. I'm really happy I decided to switch it up. Huge shout out to Titanium Works. Thank you so much for working with me and getting my engine bay exactly where I wanted it. I've always wanted to do some really nice burnt titanium hardware in my engine bay, but I just never, got around to it. I was doing, other mods, other things that I wanted to get done. And this is one of those things that's been on the back burner for a while. And I just really wanted to do it. And I'm happy that I got the chance to do it and work with such a great company. If you guys are interested in picking anything titanium up in terms of hardware, no question, Titanium Works is the place to go. Their customer service is absolutely amazing. Their work, when you see it in person, you're gonna be blown away. Like I said, it looks really nice on camera, but in person, it's on a whole other level. It's super nice stuff. The quality of it is awesome. There's a lot of different options you can choose from, in terms of what style you want. These are the Torques. You can get all different colors. You can go raw titanium. It's crazy the amount of options you can have. So I definitely suggest hitting them up. I'll leave their link below in the description. So if you are interested in getting any of their stuff, all you gotta do is click the link below. But yeah, guys, that is it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions at all, be sure to ask them below. But in the meantime, keep it clean, keep it simple, and I'll catch you in the next one.